You know what else is?
And
You know what else is free?
what's free?
We're free, sir.
For now.
Ever have to pay
Yeah. You
to
say
have
that.
any part of this? Welcome back to the Pantless podcast. Here's your host, Austin and Travis. Take it away, guys. Hey, we are
What is up,
currently free on all platforms.
We are for now free on all platforms. I do not want to be one of those people that claims we will forever be free.
Oh God, no, no.
Because we may end up selling out. And if we sell out, I don't want to look like loser, idiot liars.
We will anyway.
Cool.
We will look like idiot, loser, liars, but that's...
If you sell out, I'm okay with that. But don't tell me, I will never advertise on my podcast ever.
Oh.
And then 4 months when you're like, oh, I'll get some pretty decent money. Okay. Well, hey, guys, buy Tea Nice if you want your breath to smell fresh. Like, no, don't do that. That's
no. What
ridiculous.
I'm guaranteeing is that they will never have to pay to watch. We will monetize when we're able to monetize. That's happening. But we're never going to lock our stuff behind a paywall.
Okay, that's fair. I think I can get behind that.
We will sell out to advertisers. We will peddle products. That will happen.
We hope.
One of these days.
We hope that happens.
I saw Wayne's World on Prime. It goes out in a couple days. But I just pulled out my Mountain Dew and went, yeah, we'll never fall on that. The whole Pepsi advertisement.
Right.
Wayne's World 2, I believe. Hey, how have you been doing, sir? Sorry, let me rephrase that. What have you been eating, sir?
You know, I had an amazing steak today. It was pan-seared, and it was cooked. It was cooked perfectly. It was like medium well. Fantastic. And then I had a grilled mahi-mahi, which was also fantastic. And then for dinner, I topped it off with Taco Bell, which was fantastic.
That's something else right there. And what just happened? You just froze.
Oh, no. Did you freeze? You froze.
You froze. It's probably my internet. It sucks.
Did you hear that I topped it off with Taco Bell and Diablo sauce?
I heard the Taco Bell.
Yeah, and then Diablo sauce, and it was
awesome.
Perfection.
Hey, there you go. My wife made us some. We bought some sirloin steaks from Sam's the other night.
Yeah.
And
how were those?
She cooked them in this Irish whiskey.
Ooh, yeah.
She made this Irish whiskey. She made this sauce with mushrooms and Irish whiskey, and topped over the top of that sirloin. Amazing. Irish cream sauce. She whispered in my ear.
Ooh, Irish cream. Was it Ryan's or Bailey's or what are we?
I don't remember. It was. We used just we found a Irish whiskey. I don't remember which one. I don't remember what whiskey we used.
But it was delicious.
Your audio keeps cutting out.
Why does my audio... Is my internet terrible or is your
I don't know.
internet terrible? I've got full green bars. What do you have?
I don't have bars.
Oh my gosh.
My internet doesn't show me in bars.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you're talking about on Discord? Yeah, no, I'm showing 3 green bars, but that don't mean I'm good on internet.
Oh, okay. How weird. I thought that was good on internet.
I have no idea. The show must go on.
The show must go on.
I've been eating a lot of Red Hot burritos for lunch lately.
Yeah. Nice. Like those Da Bomb burritos, or what are we talking?
I just buy the Tina's burritos in the 8-pack at Walmart, and they're just spicy beef burritos, frozen.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm a classy individual and love my fancy stuff.
I like those. If you get an 8-pack of those, like the chimichangas,
put them in a pan,
top it with some Wolf chili, no beans, and then sprinkle cheese on top and bake it. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Yes. And
you
bake
put
it.
all 8 in a casserole dish?
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna
Yep.
try that. Yeah, I'm making that.
Smother it with chili, top it with cheese. It is wow. Wow.
The beef and cheese chimichangas.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying that.
They are so awesome that you will feel like you are Gordon Ramsay or something. It is
Like
delicious.
next time the wife and kids are not home and I'm feeding myself, I'll just make that. All 8 of
Don't
them.
No, don't do that. That's terrible. You want your family to experience it. It is awesome.
My family's lame and doesn't like stuff like that.
No, that's not possible. You haven't made it yet. That thing, your family will think you're Gordon Ramsay.
Is it
And you
called?
just tell them to F off, and then they'll be like, "Wow, Gordon Ramsay's our dad."
Is it called? Is it called the bomb dish because that's what the toilet is gonna be like? You're dropping bombs.
Nah. Oh my gosh, stop it. Speaking of dropping bombs, I got some breaking news, man.
Well, we're gonna start this already.
Yes.
Breaking news. Oh my gosh! Only a couple minutes in, and we're breaking news already.
Shia LaBeouf, man. He's starring in he's starring in a new movie called Padre Pio, and it led him on a path to Jesus, and he has officially converted to Catholicism.
Oh,
it's like,
that's good.
Whoa, what is going on here?
Trying to figure out where the problem here is.
It's not a problem. It's breaking news.
Oh.
Breaking news. And then DJ Khaled, I don't know if you know who that is.
I've heard of him.
He's got a new album out, and he remixed Kanye West's, I think it's called Take This Gospel, but Eminem is on the remix with Kanye West, and they are rapping about Jesus. And it is so bizarre. Part of me wants to be super skeptical, be like, how is Eminem rapping like it's like a Christian rap song with Eminem and Kanye West? And I'm like, Eminem, the same guy that was talking about, beating up gay people and which Spice Girl he wants to impregnate and all these filthy, dirty things. And he's over here, apparently he's gone through a conversion experience. He's been on a road to rehab, like he's went through a bad time and has come on the other end. And they have a song about the gospel, and he's rapping about Jesus. What is going on?
All good things. All good things.
All good things. Yeah, no shade, no anything like that. But I'm just like, my mind is blown with all this information about all these people, like starting to move towards the light. It's crazy.
There's been a Christian rapper I've listened to for a long time, so.
Yeah, who?
Lecrae.
Oh yes, Lecrae.
I've seen him live.
I have too. At Frontier City. Were we at the same show?
ORU, Maybe Center.
Oh, I saw him at ORU once also. Was that at a giant 3-day festival?
No, it was just there was like 5-6 bands there.
Oh, okay. So
I think 10th Avenue North.
I was hoping to have been like at a random show with you at one. Like,
it would have been interesting. Yeah, I think we discovered a new group there called Rind. Rind. I can't remember the name of their band. They were Irish.
That Irish band. You've mentioned them.
Rind Collective.
Yes, we have them on our Spotify playlist.
Yeah, that's the first time we ever listened to them. They were freaking
the same concert.
Nuts.
You saw Lecrae and Rind's Collective at the same time. Nice.
And 10th Avenue North was there.
I saw them in Claremore once at the Presbyterian Church.
Yeah.
Were you at that one?
No.
We have to have been at the same concert sometime in our lives.
We did a lot of.
Give me something.
We did like 4 years straight of Winter Jam at the BOK.
I've never been to Winter Jam.
Okay, that's the first time I saw Skillet.
Yeah.
And Disciple.
Okay.
For King and Country.
What? I've seen live. I said both great bands I've seen live.
Red.
Yeah, seen them.
Who else?
I saw them in Houston. Were you there at the Houston show?
No, I've never been to Houston.
Oh, okay.
In my life. Never stepped foot in Texas.
Oh. You've never been to
No, I'm
Texas?
just joking.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, we are like just a hop, skip, and a jump away from them. Surely you would have at least like smelled Texas from across the
It
Red
doesn't
River.
smell great, but smells better than Kansas.
Well, yeah, because it's just wheat and cow poop. That's all Kansas
That's
is.
just north of my house. So, anything else interesting?
You know, other than all these people converting and following Jesus,
Are you
not
one of
much.
these people from Japan that's absolutely upset about the PS5 price hike?
You know, I am not. I haven't heard anything about this.
No, did you not
I'm
hear what
assuming
the
that
whole
it's only in Japan.
in all regions that aren't the US,
Okay.
PlayStation revealed that they're upping the price of the PS5
Wow.
by like a good amount. It's not like $40-$50. It's like maybe like 100, but it's all into different
Whoa.
currencies.
Why?
They're saying inflation,
Ah.
but the price in the US is not going up.
No, they don't want to make the U.S. look bad. We are the world's reserve currency, sir.
Right. But they're a Japanese company.
Right.
And they raised the price in all markets but the US. And now the Japanese market is none too happy.
Yeah.
So,
Are PS5s available yet? Last I knew, they were like sold out everywhere for 3 years straight.
you can get them
Are
online. I think
Can you?
they're not available in stores, but you can get them online.
Like manufacturer retail price, or are you paying?
You're
Like
paying
you're paying
from
premium?
Sony's website
Oh, okay. Okay. So you're getting MSRP.
when they are available, which are not available very often.
And what game? Like what games does the PS5 have that makes you want to go
Nothing. Me?
buy? Yeah. Well, yeah. You or anybody in the world, like I have to have a PS5 because this game is on this system.
That new
What?
that new Horizon Forbidden West is on there exclusive.
Okay.
God of War is on there exclusive.
Oh, there's a new God of War.
Coming out. It's not out yet.
Oh, well, if it's not out, it doesn't count. It's not out, it doesn't count. I'm talking about console movers right now.
Well, that one will.
The console.
That one will, because it's
God of War will. And
when it comes out.
The Horizon, is that out? The Horizon game.
It came out. It's been out for a couple months now.
That looks pretty awesome. It looks Breath of the Wild-ish.
A little bit. I'm not a fan.
So it looks like it could be awesome. I've never played the Horizons, but
the Final Fantasy VII remake is, I think, still kind of.
That's on multi-consoles though.
Did it ever come to Xbox? I don't remember. I know the new one, the episode 2 or part 2, is going to be a PlayStation 5 exclusive.
Oh wow, okay.
Honestly, I barely console anymore. I play everything on PC now. Just because I can just get it on my PC.
Yeah.
And I've heard that the graphics cards are going to start coming down in price.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I guess because the Ethereum miners aren't really using graphics cards to do that anymore. I guess they found a better way to do it, or somehow they can't use graphics cards to do it anymore, which is weird. I don't know the whole thing. But I've heard that graphics cards, and I guess the 400 series is about to come out.
Okay.
From AMD, not AMD. I don't even know. But the new cards are set to come out soon. I'm hoping to get a 2080 here soon at a good price.
Okay. I know a guy out where we work, he just recently bought a graphics card for like 600 and something bucks.
Which one? Do you know what he got?
He didn't say. All he said was like 600 something bucks and cost just as much as his PC build. He was.
That
I don't even know what a graphics card goes for, like a good one. Couldn't tell you. Never bought one.
right off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you what they're going for right now. But if I knew what card he got, I could tell you if he got a good deal or not. I don't remember how much I paid for the one I've got. Because mine's just a 1050 Ti.
That sounds pretty awesome.
It plays most things.
1050 Ti.
I'd rather
sounds pretty awesome.
I'd rather have a 2080 though.
Right?
Because if I could get a 20, most of the time, the last two numbers will really give you your performance. Because like a 980 will actually perform better than my 1050.
So a 6800 would just be garbage. I don't know. I just see a 6800 here for $690.
6800?
Yeah, 6,800.
That sounds like an AMD card, and I don't know what their numbers are.
It says a Radeon.
Yes, yeah. Nvidia GTX and RTXs are the good one, are the ones I know what numbers mean.
I don't know what any number means.
I can only keep up with one of them because it's the card I have, and most games on Steam will give you the. I love when you go to see if you can play a game on Steam and it just goes graphics card required. You're like, cool, I can play that one.
Oh goodness!
I'm like, are you sure?
I think I can swing that. I think.
No, I've had a game that said it needed a 960 to 970 minimum, and my 1050 Ti played it with like it struggled. Like I could hear the fan coming on, and it was really screaming at me to not play that game. Like, I didn't get any warnings. I didn't really get any performance hiccups, but my computer was really, like, all the fans were coming on, and it's like, I'm like, it was really stressing my computer out. So.
That's fine.
So.
Moving on. Let's transition from graphics cards, which I know nothing and you know slightly more than nothing about.
About some mid-90s pop culture. Did we watch a movie?
We did. That was not mid-90s. That was early 20s. Surely.
The movie was based in 95, sir.
Oh, based in 95. We did.
Did you not hear all the all the 90s pop culture going on?
Yeah, this movie was so fantastic. I remember buying it as soon as it came out on DVD, and I have watched it more than any other movie since that time.
This, sir, was the only time I've ever seen this movie.
Yeah, so this is going to be exciting. I want to know what you think. I don't know if you're into that rap culture.
Not really.
In the underground scene.
It was good to see a young Falcon in this movie, though.
Papa Doc. Yes.
Which I always get him. I thought it was when I first saw him. I'm like, wait, is that A-Train from The Boys?
You are racist. Wow.
No, they actually. When I first saw it,
anything alike. Stop it.
They do.
Canceled. Hey, hit the cancel button. Whoever you are out there.
No, they do look. They. I don't know. That just that mean mug look he was giving Eminem the whole movie. I'm like, wait, is that who that? But I was wrong.
Yeah,
but it was a good movie. It had the amount of language that I expected it to have.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
Chocolate language.
Just start to finish. Violence was about where like the whole movie was right where I thought it would be.
Yeah.
And there was a few things I was expecting weren't there. Then it just ended. And I was like,
just ended. Like it ended perfectly.
Like he walks off and he's like, deuces, and just
he had to get back to work.
Yeah. He didn't get his deal.
Oh, he was saving up for it. He wasn't gonna go, for that free demo sellout business with Wink. He wasn't gonna do that.
I never liked that deal anyway.
Yeah. What's Metacritic have to say about this thing?
Metacritic has a lot of things to say about this, sir.
Oh, nice.
38 critics out of 100.
Uh-huh.
No, you got to tell me what you think it was.
This seems like it's underground. This is early aughts. I think the critics liked it. I think they gave it a 74.
You're pretty dang close there, sir. 77.
All right.
614 users out of 10.
Oh man, if you watched this movie, there was a reason you watched it, and I'm sure you loved it. I think it's super high. I'm gonna go 8.8.
Again, you were really close. 8.5.
Okay. What do you got to say about it?
Well, of course, this is a rated R movie.
Yes, it is. It can be rated R. That's all.
That's all it just says is, "Yep, rated R."
Yeah. Like if you were to remove all of the language, it would still be rated R.
Oh, probably.
If you were to remove all of the violence, it would still be rated R. If you were to remove all of the sexuality, it would still be rated R.
That's what I didn't think. I thought the way you and some people were saying, I thought there was going to be a lot more. But was there really any nudity in this?
Well, you saw his mom's side boob. I mean,
okay,
and you saw his buttocks.
Okay.
But there was a lot of going on.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was like
there were some banging with clothes on. A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
and that mixed with Rabbit's mom's boobage.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So the critics, 34 positive, 4 mixed, 0 negative. Users, 549 positive, 40 mixed, 25 negative. There were some people that didn't like it.
Ooh, there were some people that didn't like it.
The Wall Street Journal gave it 100. Transcends its star's controversial career, and in the bargain, stands head, shoulders, and heart above every other Hollywood movie that we've seen so far this year.
Okay. This year. What year did they review this movie?
Must have been in 02.
Okay.
These don't actually say what the critics, it doesn't actually give a date on when they did it. LA Weekly gave it a 90. Eminem plays Rabbit with riveting, flamboyant, expressive intensity. Man, I wish I had a friend named Cheddar.
Right?
So jealous. We should start naming somebody at work Cheddar.
Yeah, let's find the first person that we see eating cheese and go, hey, Cheddar Bob.
Which one of our twin friends do we just start calling Cheddar?
Ooh, that's a great question. Out of the twins, which one would be Cheddar?
If you're listening, you two choose.
Let's see, yeah. Add it to our comments.
All right. Film Threat. Never heard of these. It's all fancy. Gave it a 40. They're threatening.
They hated it.
The film has brief flashes of believability and humor. I don't know where he's getting humor. It really wasn't that funny of a movie. I chuckled a couple times, but I got a weird humor. By and large, though, the script is uninspired. The picture's characters are stick figures. Its dialogue is lackluster, and the star's performance seldom rises above the adequate.
Okay.
Eminem's not known as an actor, so I think he did a great job.
He did, because here's what I think. That, like, Eminem as, like, Marshall Mathers as Eminem, that is who he is. Like, that's his character. So when he's acting, he's the same guy as when he's Eminem, you know. So I thought it just flowed well, because you see him in the media, or you used to anyway, and that's who he was. Like, that was his character, and he acted like his character. So it worked.
I remember when his music first came out, and everybody was just so enamored with it, and then everybody else was just so upset. I think I owned his first album at one point.
Ooh, snap! That's
just
risque.
for the shock and awe. Yeah,
that's risque. Like, I liked Eminem, and I didn't even own his first album.
For some reason, I had it. I don't remember why. I remember listening to a lot of it.
Because you're a rebel.
With a cause.
Rebel. That's right.
Here's a user giving a review. Urbis Bay gave it a 0.
Ooh.
Not commenting on the movie, LOL. Just here to say that Lose Yourself is the most overplayed, annoying Eminem song ever. There are so much better Eminem songs that is, like, holy blank, this song is so sentimental and corny. I can't still see how this song could be catchy at some point. Thank you for your contribution.
That is awesome.
I came here to not rant about the movie.
Just the song.
His music sucks.
That's hilarious. I still like the song. I
don't even know.
Like, I get dun 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 dun. Like, I get pumped up just that intro. Love it. If you had one shot.
Here's a user, Ty, TYE, gave it a 10. Incredible. Not just the best movie about music ever, but the best single movie ever. Period.
Oh. Wow. That guy loved it. Thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah. Thoroughly. 120%.
Yeah, and there were some cameos. If you know, like, rap music, like, Exhibit was, like, just made a random appearance. He was the one that was rapping with that woman that when they were in the parking lot.
The cornrows guy?
Yeah.
That he just, like, absolutely destroys?
Yeah, that was a famous rapper. That was
I thought
Exhibit.
He looked familiar.
And I'm just like, it didn't even hit. Like, I totally forgot about that. I'm like, he's just, like, a random side character. Like, he's this huge rap star, and he's just a random side character in this movie. Obi Trice was in there.
I don't know who that is.
In the parking garage, and you're just like, okay, random again. And just craziness. But are we ready for some Common Sense Media?
We are ready for some Common Sense Media.
All right, so I know we've had this reviewer in the past, Nell Minnow.
Yep. Kind of curious what
he gives it a 3 out of 5 for ages 17 and older. He says Eminem's edgy, graphic, quasi-biopic has violence, sex.
He got me by using that fancy quasi word.
Right, or I guess it's quasi-biopic. So it's kind of like a biography of his life, but not really.
Would you consider that word to be quasi-fancy?
Oh, snap. Throwing darts at Nell Minnow. Wow. Parents. This is really surprising to me. The parents, 43 reviews, gave it a 4 out of 5 for 13 and older.
I'm going to have to say those parents are probably our age and are like you and watch this movie growing up going, it's not that bad. I watched it when I was 13.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I I don't think so. I wouldn't feel comfortable letting my kids watch
Oh
that. My
God,
kids
no.
are
Oh no.
I mean, I don't have a 13-year-old, so I don't know. I guess that's not fair. My oldest is 11,
But
but I don't know.
at what point would you be like, you can watch this movie when they move
Yeah,
out
I
of the
don't.
house?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah, if you're living in your own house, paying your own bills, I'm probably okay
I'm
with you
still
watching
gonna
this.
restrict your Netflix usage.
Uh, kids, 97 kids, 97 children
That seems a
have
bit
reviewed this
high.
movie, and they gave it a 4 out of 5 for 13 and older. So parents and kids, the same.
What are,
13 and older, 4 out of 5.
like? What does it take to review a movie on? I haven't even looked. I need to figure out what it takes to review a movie on this website
I
and
think you
see
just
if
have to join it. Like, there's a join button at the top. Should we both join movies and should we review them? Like when we watch them?
type
Like,
in.
should we create Common Sense Media reviews? I don't know.
Like, can I be like, I'm a kid today and review a bunch of movies?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, how do they determine kids and adults? Yeah. All right, moving on. So, what do you think Nell thinks about positive messages on a scale of 1 to 5?
Not
Or
present.
surprisingly, he gives it a 1. I would have
Well,
also given it a not present, but he says perseverance and persistence in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds and incredibly difficult circumstances.
okay.
So I guess B Rabbit beats Papa Doc in the finals. Positive message. There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
So with that in mind, what do you think he does about a positive role model?
See, I'd have given this one higher. I would have given this at least a 1 or a 2 because he tries to be a positive role model to who is his sister.
I think it's his sister. Yeah, I've
Like
always
he
wondered
honestly tries to be like, even though he beats the hell out of the mom's boyfriend right in front of her, and Violence somehow tends to find the house right in front of the little girl, but he does everything he can to calm her down and gets her out of every situation and sings to her at one point.
that.
Like he
Right.
becomes
Yep.
a different person around her.
Right.
So I'd at least give it a 2 just on that alone.
Nell agrees. Nell gives it a 2. Says, while certainly not a saint and certainly not interested in being seen as a positive role model, Rabbit finds a way to rise above the conflicts raging inside himself. He attempts to overcome his desperate economic circumstances and bleak surroundings, revealing tremendous drive, initiative, and dedication. Doesn't mention anything about Lily, but I would agree, like that. And I think in the correlation in real life is his daughter Haley, but I think in the movie it's his sister.
I Yeah, I think that's his sister.
Because she like when she sees him getting beat up, she doesn't like call him daddy. She calls him Jimmy or whatever.
Yeah, she calls him Jimmy.
Yeah, she's like banging on the window. Violence and scariness.
Let's give her a 3.
Nell gives it a 5.
I don't agree, but go on.
A 5 out of 5. He says
Convince me.
Rabbit is beaten up by several men after punching out one of their friends. One of Rabbit's friends accidentally shoots himself. Blood is shown.
Not cheddar.
Graphic scenes of domestic violence, punching, shoving, and screaming between Rabbit and his mother, as well as her boyfriend. A young girl watches and cries in terror. Frustrated that a long abandoned and crumbling house where a crackhead raped a young girl still has not been demolished, Rabbit and his friends take matters into their own hands by burning it down. Rabbit narrowly avoids getting trapped on the second floor of the house. As Rabbit and his friends drive around Detroit, one of his friends brings a paintball gun and they take turns shooting it at people and buildings, culminating in Rabbit shooting it at a police car.
So 90s.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider shooting a paintball gun at buildings and cars as violence or scariness.
This
like
when you give a movie
violent nor scary.
In my opinion, in any review, if you give that a 5, you're telling me that is the most violent and scariness, the most amount you've ever seen in a movie.
Right.
I
or
don't
comparable to the most amount you've ever seen in a movie.
And yeah, there's some fighting. Yeah, there's some. I don't know how much scariness there is.
I would say zero scariness, except I guess that little girl screaming, that was kind of like.
But you as the viewer, would have any of the viewers seen anything there as scary in that movie?
Probably not.
No.
Probably not.
So
yeah, I would agree. Probably a 3 or 4, but no, thought it was pretty violent, pretty scary.
Entitled to their opinion.
That is correct. Sex, romance, and nudity.
I would give this a 3 or 3.5.
I'd probably give it a 4, but he says 5. Again. A 5.
I cannot agree with you on that one.
He says graphic sexual references and situation. Rabbit walks in on his mother having sex. Rabbit has sex with a woman in the factory where he works. He later catches this woman having sex with one of his friends at a radio station studio. The rap battles frequently mention sex, sexual prowess or lack thereof, genitalia, and the like. So, yeah, I wouldn't give it a 5. That's crazy. 3 or 4, but Nell thinks differently.
Yeah.
Products and purchases.
I'm going to get this one wrong because I have no idea. I mean, they were making car bumpers and car hoods. They were stamping out car products, so that at least give it a 3.
Nell says not present, not even clickable.
Okay, I was.
Who knows? They're in Motown. They're in Detroit making cars, and they're like, yeah, there's nothing
making
there.
Cars. They're just stamping out pieces of cars. That actually threw me back to one of my first manufacturing jobs right there. Actually, watching you working up. I worked at a stamp press.
Okay.
I worked for the good old company of Whirlpool back in 2004.
Oh yeah, what'd you make?
We're making
the backs,
stoves.
the washers,
stoves, ranges.
Oh,
we made.
Okay.
They only make ranges there at that plant. And
okay.
I worked in I worked over in fabrication, where we made the front frames and the stovetops, and beside me was the fancy machine that made the oven cavities.
Ooh.
But yeah, we're in a lot of stamp presses working there, so that was kind of a good throwback to watching them hit those buttons, yelling out the coordination for the buttons.
What happened if one guy hit the button 1 second too early?
It does nothing.
Oh,
because it's a 2-person. It's like a safety thing, because it takes 2 people to get the parts in and out. And if you hit the buttons and your buddy doesn't hit the buttons, like if he's still in the machine, it won't activate. You have to have 2 people actively pushing, and you have to push both buttons down.
Gotcha.
And all 4 buttons have to be pushed and held, and then the machine activates. And if you let go before it finishes press, it stops mid press.
Oh, okay. The more you know.
Yep.
Here's your educational experience.
Yep. I used to run machines similar to that.
All right. Moving on. Drinking, drugs, and smoking.
This is a tough one, because I think they gave it a 5. Because there's a lot of all of it.
What would you give it?
I'd probably give it a 4 or 5, because there's quite a bit.
Nell says 3.
What?
Yeah. He said it's super violent, super scary, and all of the sex, but drinking, drugs, and smoking, 3.
Oh, well, okay.
He says drinking and smoking, a drunk character, many drug references, Rabbit's mother is frequently shown to be drunk, getting into fights with her equally drunk boyfriend.
He was hammered most of the movie.
And some marijuana smoking.
A bunch of marijuana smoking. There was the one guy that was smoking almost the entire movie.
Just some, though. I think I think I'm learning a little bit about Nell here.
Super sensitive to violence, but doesn't...
Nell's probably one of those paranoid smokers. Is like, oh man, just wink at me. That was scary. I hate you. That's probably Nell. He's like, this is medicine.
Like they were... When he finally got his car running, they were sitting in the back of the car, smoking, shooting paintballs out the window.
That was so funny when they were that first scene when they were in the car and they were just like going off about stuff, and then like Cheddar Bob's just like, is my head big? Like just in the middle. Do I have a big head? And like nobody pays any attention, you barely hear it, and then like later on, several minutes into the movie, somebody's like, you do have a big head. It just cracked me up. He was so stoned. It was so funny.
His character just cracked me up because everybody's friend group has that guy.
Right, yeah.
Because every time Rabbit goes to like walk away, everybody's like, later, Rabbit. And he's like, later, Rabbit. Like after everybody's... like minutes after everybody's walked away, and he's just like, later. Like, yeah. Bro, you're the second white friend in this group.
Yeah, for sure. He's the token white friend. Rabbit's the cool white friend that would still be part of the group. All right, so parents, what they need to know. Parents need to know that 8 Mile is a 2002 movie in which Eminem plays a version of himself, chronicling the tremendous difficulties he had to overcome to find success. There's non-stop profanity, including frequent use of the F word, mother effer, and the N word. Violence, drug references, and very explicit sexual references and situations. Characters vandalize and burn down an abandoned house, and a character accidentally shoots himself. There's a reference to child rape. Eminem's character has an unstable mother who's living with a boyfriend his age, and she speaks to her son in very inappropriate ways about her sexual relationship. That was funny. That was funny.
That was hilarious. That's one of the parts I laughed out loud at. I'm like, oh, that's hilarious.
He's like, Mom, stop!
He sounded like a teenager at that point.
Oh, that she wouldn't stop talking about it. She's like, Rabbit, we're having problems. Oh, anyway, some viewers will be upset by the neglect of the main character's sister, a little girl who witnesses violence, family fights, mother who drinks and has sex with a young man, and other abusive situations. Homophobic slurs are often used, and even as Eminem's character defends a gay co-worker who was insulted by a co-worker in the heat of a rap battle, he still uses HIV as a punchline.
Yep. Which was an interesting take in 2002. Am I allowed to say that?
Because it was back like you could get away with that stuff. It was.
Well, I'm just saying him defending the guy. I was kind of wow, you don't see movies around that time frame really. Most of the time, you don't even. Either they're making fun of it or not mentioning it at all.
Yeah, and Eminem would, back in the day, his music, he would make fun of them. Like, that was his... So, yeah, that was pretty interesting. Yeah, the top 2 parent reviews are pretty interesting. There's this Jape Ping gave it a 4 out of 5, and their review was best rap movie.
It was. I mean...
4 out of 5. Here. So, I mean, you would think the best rap movie would be a 5, but... I guess they don't think very highly of rap movies. This is the best rap movie of all time. 4 out of 5.
Name another rap movie.
Well, it depends on when this came out, but you have Straight Outta Compton. You have, oh gosh, what's that one? Hustle and Flow.
Okay. And these are
There's a
movies
couple.
that are, and I don't know, I don't really follow much of the genre. Are these
Yeah.
actually what you would consider a rap movie
Both.
or
Yeah.
movie with rap in it?
For sure, Straight Outta Compton and Hustle and Flow are both for sure rap movies.
Okay.
Um, outside of that, I don't know. There's like Love and Music. I don't think that would be a rap movie, but but I just thought it was interesting. They said their whole comment is 3 words: best rap movie, but then they give it a 4. Then another adult whose username is Buttballs.
Happens.
He says he said it's so appropriate. That's the subject. It's so appropriate. Gives it a 5 out of 5 for 14 and older, and said it's a very good quality movie with a little swearing but nothing bad, and I suggest it for any family.
What?
That sounds like a troll.
That sounds like a troll. Troll. Like 115% troll.
There's a couple words, but it's a 5 out of 5 for 14 and older. Any family should sit together and watch this movie. I'll give a couple of kids rating. A 14-year-old gave it a 3 out of 5 for 17 and older. So do not recommend to children under 17 because a lot of cursing, sex, and drugs. But for older teenagers and adults, pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. And then another one, Alien fan, a 15-year-old, gave it a 5 out of 5 for 13 and older and said, amazing musical with amazing performances and songs. It's an amazing musical drama film with outstanding performances and amazing music. While there's lots of swearing and sex, and some violence, it's all justified with the context of the situation. Aside from the sex scenes, they weren't needed, but aren't graphic. A great film with a great story. I honestly can't say enough good things about 8 Mile. And then continues to write a novel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is one of my faves. I know it's not your genre. But we moved from like the submarine genre, which was yours, but not really mine, to kind of rap, which is mine, but not really yours.
I will say I liked this movie. It was a good movie.
It was good.
Not my, but as it's not a movie I'll probably ever watch again. I'll never, I won't search out movies like it, but I can appreciate why people would like it and how it was a good movie.
Yeah,
it was well done. Like, was it written? And did he write the movie?
I want to say he had a lot of influence in the writing. Okay. I don't know if he was like the main writer. He might have been.
It was 100% probably his movie, right? Like
it was his movie based kind of on his life and his up and coming from Detroit.
Let's see here.
But yeah.
Oh, he doesn't get any credit for writing the movie at all. Okay. He didn't direct or write it. Somebody else did.
Well, they must know a lot about his life.
But I'd have a feeling that he did a lot of, he had a lot to do with the writing of it.
I'm sure he had a lot of influence.
Because 2002, that would have been during his rise, or right? When did he?
That was around his peak. Was
that his peak?
It was pretty, like, he was about as famous as he ever will be when that came out.
He kind of fell off a cliff, didn't he? Shortly after this?
I think so. He got into some stuff, and that's kind of what spurred his rehab.
But he was known.
He's singing songs about Jesus.
Because he was really kind of known for being controversial in his rap and in his music.
Yep, very.
And really pushing the envelope on what was socially acceptable, even in hip hop and rap at the time.
Yeah.
So
for sure. And even after this movie, he was pretty controversial. He still sang some stuff you're like, ooh, okay. But he since then has mellowed out, and sadly almost in a bad way. Like a lot of his newer stuff is just like, that's kind of boring. I don't know. Maybe his edginess was what made him appealing and entertaining. He's still phenomenal. In my opinion, he
Well,
is
I
one of the
remember.
he's one of the most talented rappers in history. Like he is gifted in that ability for sure.
Well, wasn't one of his? Didn't he like come out of hiding to do the Super Bowl last year?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah.
Like nobody had seen him in forever, and when they announced that he was going to be performing for the Super Bowl this past year, everybody's like, "Where'd this guy come from?" Probably a lot of your new kids were like, "Who's him in it?" Like,
right, yeah.
The Candies?
Right, yeah. I prefer peanuts.
Yeah. With or without peanuts?
I
the red one or the yellow one? Or the green one?
You better lose yourself, sir.
What
are we watching next week? You've got a movie. You've got a movie up your sleeve.
We are going to roll back to the grand old age of 1975 for this.
Oh, I'm so excited. Wow. All right.
Rollerball.
Had no idea what you're talking about.
Have you never even heard of this movie?
I don't think I've ever heard of this movie. I'm excited.
So it was remade in do you remember do you remember the old sport roller derby from the 90s? This is like roller derby, but people die.
Okay.
It's like a dystopian style movie.
All right. This is not on the Netflix. Where did you find it?
I found it on Amazon Prime.
Okay. All right. Amazon Prime. Got it.
It was remade. It was remade in 2002.
You know, I might vaguely remember the remake.
I think the remake had.
I do.
I want to say the remake had Ice Cube or Ice T, one of the ices in it.
Okay, I'm wanting to almost remember the remake. I'm seeing Neon.
Had Chris Klein. Yeah, had LL Cool J. My bad.
You were so racist, sir.
I couldn't remember because I know Ice T is in a lot. I couldn't remember which 90s rapper was in that one that turned which 90s rapper turned actor was in it.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking at pictures on IMDb of the 1975 rollerball, and this looks fantastic.
It is.
James Caan.
James Caan, dude. James Caan. Like, such a phenomenal actor.
Yeah, this is gonna be so good.
I wanted to step back and watch an older movie this week, and really get, kind of back and forth. I don't want to stay in one area too much.
Yeah.
But speaking of watching things, since we got our movie, watch Rollerball. I think you guys are going to like. I have never seen the original. I've seen the remake. I don't think I've ever seen this one.
Oh, you have seen the original, huh? Okay.
I don't know if I've seen the original.
Or no, you've seen the remake.
I watched the remake in theaters when I was in high school.
Okay.
Like, that was... I remember when it came out, we didn't even know it was a remake, at that time. Because, internet wasn't a thing in 2002. Internet wasn't invented until 2005.
Fake news.
So, have you, sir, told me today that you started watching Sandman.
I've watched the first episode, yes.
How good?
It looks really interesting. I don't know anything about Sandman, so I don't have the same hype level as other people. But I've watched the first episode, and it is very interesting. I'm intrigued.
I will tell you, I have never read the graphic novels. I own one of them. I don't remember where I put it. Before this came out, they were kind of hard to find. They started reprinting them. When it's set to release, they started, because I guess I saw a tweet by Neil Gaiman the other day saying, somebody was saying that was complaining on Twitter about, I don't know why you would do this, just to try to inflate your graphic novel sales when that probably didn't even happen. And he's like, just so you know, we're setting records on the graphic novel again on the reprints. This can't. I think he wrote this in like the 90s, and he wrapped it up. You know, he wrote all the graphic novels. I think there's like 11 or 12 issues in the graphic novel. Don't quote me on that. I know I have issue 2. I have book 2 because that's the only one I could find at a while back. But so the first episode is a mini movie. I don't really know how long that episode was, truly.
Right.
I just know that it was very long. Felt like it was longer than it. The Netflix says it was only 54 minutes long, and the other episodes are anywhere between 37 and 45, and some of them are as long as. I just felt like that first episode dragged on. Just like not much happened, but yet it set up a lot of things.
Right. It was a major setup. And that's what was really interesting is like it was building up these characters that eventually like faded out and died because it ended decades and decades and decades
100 years
after it began. 100 years after the beginning of it. So you're just like, yeah.
And that's the whole story. The Morpheus, Sandman, basically disappeared. Like, and if you really pick up on that episode, like people that were asleep at the time of his capture didn't wake up or were like sleepwalkers.
Right.
And his whole realm fell into disarray.
And that was one thing I didn't understand is why some people were able to wake up and others weren't. Like that didn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't know if it explains why some were and some weren't.
Not really.
But like you would either think all of them would or all of them wouldn't.
Well, because like I said, some were dreamwalkers. Some would, were kind of stuck between realms.
But we never saw those people.
It did show. It did kind of in one of the scenes. It showed like a medical center where it showed some people just kind of aimlessly walking, and it showed a lot of other people like in beds, like just forever sleeping.
Right.
And that's kind of all it really showed. You really need to watch the rest of it. There's one episode that gets really weird.
Is it all out right now?
Yeah. 11 episodes.
Okay.
I really like the guy that plays the main character. The guy that plays Morpheus or Sandman. I like his I like his voice. I like how his narration. He kind of got.
You don't think he tries to be too Batman?
No, because I don't think he's like Christian Bale. You could tell he was struggling to sound like he was really forcing it with that gravel Batman stupid thing. Where this guy, it seems more natural. Doesn't really feel like he's forcing it. And then, did you recognize the
Are you talking about the that little guy from Marvel, that voice from the bird at the very end?
I couldn't remember if the bird came in at the end. Patton Oswalt?
Yes, that's it. Yeah,
Matthew?
I recognize.
As soon as he opened his mouth, I was just like, oh my gosh, that is too much. Because the show is actually pretty serious. And there's not a lot of... it's not a comedy. It's not a funny show. But Patton Oswalt's the frickin' Crow. And he's hilarious. He's like the comic relief of the show.
I'm interested to see how that works.
What?
How that dynamic works. How that dynamic works with
it's funny.
Him just being
because
that's pretty random.
We finished episode 6 the other night.
All right.
So there's one episode that you're just gonna have to force yourself because we did it. We almost turned it off halfway through because we're like, what's going on here?
Oh gosh. Scared.
And you'll know as soon as you'll get partway through an episode and you'll realize exactly what I'm talking about. And you're like, oh my gosh. Did you see
is it rough to watch or
slow? And it gets kind of rough to watch. Yes.
All of the above.
All and none. Did you recognize? I think at the end of that episode, it showed kind of like what you might what's going to be in this season, kind of thing. Did you recognize the guy from Harry Potter?
I don't think so.
The guy that played Lucius, the werewolf guy. Sirius Black's best friend.
Yeah. Mooney. No, I don't think I recognize him. I didn't see him.
Yeah, he plays a character that comes in eventually.
In the first episode?
He was in you would have seen him in like the sequence, like the sizzle reel at the end of the first episode where it kind of showed some things that's going to happen throughout the season.
Okay.
And then that episode goes off. And I don't think you see him till 3 or 4.
Okay. Interesting.
You'll recognize him as soon as he makes it, like as soon as they show him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure I will.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. We're probably gonna get back on this show Monday or Tuesday. I'll try to finish it off because I'm excited to see how this is gonna end.
This is one of those. If it's 11 episodes, it's probably gonna take me 11 weeks. I'm probably only gonna be able to get 1 episode a week in there.
That's fine.
So
take your time, soak it all in.
Soak it.
And if you're out there listening and you're watching this show, let us know about it. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Send us some spoilers. Let us know.
Heck yeah. And if you want us to do any TikToks, let us know. Like, do you want us to do some ASMR TikTok videos?
No.
Let us know. Let us know. Like,
how about
what are you into? I don't know. I just want to kind of go. What's up? Whisper. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I think people will dig it. I'm subscribing again. I'm already subscribed.
You were talking when I opened my can of pop up. When I did some Major Melon ASMR. Major Melon. I love this stuff. But, sir.
Are we done?
Do you want to be done?
I don't want to, but I think we might be.
I think we are.
I think, okay, because it feels like we might be, so.
Say bye, Austin.
Bye, Austin. I got him.
Feels so good.
Yeah.
Be so wrong.
Right, yeah.